Good morning and welcome to day 9 of the third annual WSOP Daily Spaces coverage and the longest running poker space. I'm Sherry Pluskota and I'll be your host today. Um, Two of my co hosts are here today, and again, we're revolving as everybody's schedules allows. So today, Isaac and Rick are joining me. And Rick, I did send you a co-host thing. You may not be able to come live right yet, and that's not a problem. But if it's not working, just go back out and come back in. I see D-Man's with us and Maureen and Exec Deck. Good morning to all of you. How are you doing, Isaac?
Not too bad. Not too bad. How are you this
Awesome.
morning?
I'm doing fantastic. Got some great news I can't wait to share with everybody.
I saw
And we'll
that.
we'll get to that in a few minutes. But I do want to put out some hot news that Kevin Mathers tweeted a short time ago because it's important to those that are playing the Colossus today. If you're playing the Colossus and are on the new WSOP Plus app, which of course we all are now, you should receive notification via your telephone at 9 a.m. or around 9 a.m. Shortly after you receive that notification, you will see your seat assignment on the app. So, first, you're going to get the message on your phone. A few minutes later, you're going to get your seat assignment. So, that's um, the news about the Colossus this morning. And so I want to get that out. Let's try to do that a couple of times here early on in the space. So those that are waking up and in a panic about where their seat assignment is, um, will get that information. Many thanks to Elevator Results. If you need a tailor made workout plan to help you lose weight or gain weight, Elevator Results can design that plan. Follow them on Twitter. Check out their site at elevatorresultspt.com. And I thank them for continuing to be my sponsor. You can find the recordings of my past spaces, including the WSOP coverage, the WPT coverage, the interviews I've done on my YouTube channel at Sherry Pluskota 9212. Please remember to subscribe. Don't forget the official meetup game is on the 21st of June at the Bellagio Poker Room at 1 p.m. It is a cash game. We will have some Splash the Pot items. Many thanks to Sean McCormick and the crew at the Bellagio for hosting us and for providing free pizza that day. So, looking forward to that. Also, be reminded we always try to give the most accurate and updated information possible, but we are human and make mistakes. So, and that information is always fluid in the poker world. So, please double check all the information we provide to ensure yourself the best experience possible. And let us know if we got something wrong so we could correct it for everybody to get that corrected information. So we do not get offended if you correct our mistakes. We are human. Okay, Isaac, give us a reminder about your one shot tournament you got going.
Yes, indeed. Green Visor Gang has its one game satellite to the WSOP main event. We call it the One Shot. Like I said, it's one game, 27 seats, $600 a seat. The winner gets a WSOP main event seat plus accommodations in Las Vegas at our Airbnb that is located very close to the strip. It's either that, or if they cannot attend the WSOP, then they get the option of a final table chop where they'll take the lion's share up top and the rest will be given to the final table. Um, it's very simple, no limit hold'em, 1 hour late registration, 21K starting stack. We're not going to be playing a turbo or anything like that. It's going to be pretty much a regular game. We play on Club GG. That's where we're going to be hosting the game. If you're interested and if you are looking for a very short path to the WSOP main event, then definitely hit us up. You can either DM me or you can follow Green Visor Gang's account here on X, and then you can join our Discord from there and open up a ticket or hop in the general chat and ask us any questions you have.
Thank you, Isaac. And that's a 1 in 27 chance at winning a main event seat, folks, for $600. So quite a great rate of return. And I also want to say that the Green Visor Gang has been very kind to us. And the meetup games I host, they give me items to give away for Splash the Pots. And I know in the next few days, Isaac is going to announce what they're going to do for us for this meetup game. So looking forward to that little bit of news coming our way. So thank you to the Green Visor Gang.
Thank you very much, Sherry.
Appreciate you guys for sure.
Isaac sounds like he's playing about 10 tables right now.
It does, Isaac. You may
Am
want to
I? Am I
turn down
robotic
this.
already?
You might want to turn down the sound on your PC.
Am I robotic already? I hope not.
No, but
Just heard all the sounds in the background when
we
you were
hear the
talking.
Oh no, you know what it was? Yeah, I was getting a Discord call like at the same time. Yeah, hey, good old
Oh, it
Discord.
sounded like poker noises. I'm sorry.
yeah. It sounded like
You know what? Funny enough, they do sound kind of the same. I've even heard slot machines before. But
yeah. It actually sounded like if you're playing poker, it's like your reminder it's your turn kind of thing.
Like the
Uh,
sound when the action's on you. Like I don't
yeah,
know what you would describe
yeah,
that sound.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's what it sounded
Exactly,
like.
exactly.
that's
Yeah.
hilarious. Okay, I want to give you guys some reminders about some things that are happening in or around the WSOP just because we haven't talked about them in a few days and there's some new listeners that may not have the information. So, a reminder there's free parking at Resorts World from now through August 28th. The Poker Org Legends Lounge will be open June 24th through July the 11th. They do provide drinks and snacks, and it's an awesome place to grab a little break. Or if you need to meet somebody, it's a great place to meet somebody. It is definitely a lounge atmosphere decorated with all kind of poker org paraphernalia. You do have to subscribe to their website to be able to get in the door. Otherwise, everything else is free of charge. You can enjoy as much time or as little time as you want there. They do a great job and it's just a great place. So that's the Poker Org Legends Lounge. Also, the Chess Festival is going on June 6th through June 8th, but Karen told us yesterday there are some events going on today. So check out their website for sure. It's over at the Flamingo. The WPT Gold Lounge is located at Old Red on the third floor, and it's open Thursday through Sunday, 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. If you need to know where the Old Red is, if you're standing on Las Vegas Boulevard looking at the horseshoe, there's a brand new, beautiful red brick building. That is where it is located at. So it's just outside through that little promenade of shops and restaurants in front of the horseshoe on the corner is that red brick building, and Old Red is and the WPT Gold Rush Lounge is on the third floor. Reminder: open Thursday through Sunday, 5 p.m. through 9 p.m. Um, One thing we did not talk about yesterday, which I wanted to, was remember the WSOP changed the rule this year. No electronic devices at the final three tables of a tournament. Well, that didn't last long because yesterday they put out a tweet and here's how it read. The WSOP reserves the right to ask any players to put away their phones and electronic devices at our discretion at the final three tables of a tournament. Phones and electronic devices are not allowed at any final table or streaming table. So the people have spoken, and the WSOP changed the rule already. Hey, Dana. Hey, Sandy. And I see P Man down there. ASG, I'm going to send you a microphone. I don't know if you can chat with us this morning because you may be working. Glad you all can join us for sure. Um, I want to, I'm kind of at a debate. Go ahead, Isaac. Do you want to go ahead and give one of your casino histories?
We could do that. Yeah. Here, let me. I had schedules pulled up because I know.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Just keep your schedules up, and I'll do the Binion story part two, and we'll get to
Okay,
the.
and I'll do the casino one in a little bit then. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
perfect.
All right.
All right. So yesterday I started to read about Ted Binion, and so that was part one. This is going to be part two. In 1996, the Gaming Commission provisionally banned Binion from any management role in the horseshoe, and he had to undergo regular drug testing. He was also banned from the casino's premises. Binion struggled to avoid running afoul drug tests. And at one point, he shaved off his body hair in an attempt to circumvent the hair test that would reveal his history of usage. In May of 1997, his gaming license was suspended when it was found that he had violated the drug testing agreement. In March of 98, the board learned that Binion was associating with Blitzstein. It voted unanimously to permanently revoke his license. Binion was the first person to lose his license for violating a Nevada regulation that bans gaming licensees from associating with known criminals. After his death, Nye County Sheriff's deputies discovered that Binion had a 12-foot deep vault built in the desert floor on one of his pieces of property. The concrete bunker contained 6 tons of silver bullion, not bullion, we're not making soup, bullion, horseshoe casino chips, paper currency, and more than 100,000 rare coins, including Carson City silver dollars, many in mint condition. The rare coins were estimated to be worth between $7 and $14 million. In June of 1999, in June of 1999, Murphy, Ted's girlfriend, and Tabish, Ted's girlfriend's boyfriend, I hope you caught that, were arrested for Binion's murder, as well as for conspiracy, robbery, grand larceny, and burglary. The prosecution contended that Murphy and Tabish had conspired to kill Binion and steal his wealth, drugging him into unconsciousness and burking him, which is a form of manual suffocation. Sad way to end a life for sure. That is part of Ted Binion's story and the end of what I will be presenting to you all. Isaac, any comments on that? Rick?
Just what a trip.
And
What a trip. I remember hearing the story when, like, much earlier when it was all happening in real time, and just, goddamn.
crazy.
I remember seeing his story back then.
You have anything you want to add to it?
No, that was just, other than I've said this before, the contentious relationship he had with Becky, who was an alpha female, believe it or not. But yeah, there was a lot of contention going on, and that in those days, just like Stu Younger and a bunch of other guys, man, it was so easy to get drugs and do drugs and things like that. It was just a shame how many people ruined their lives through
Right,
that usage, you know.
right. Absolutely. Sad, many sad tales.
Yep. Well,
Many.
but I got a funny chainsaw story for you though.
Go right ahead.
He used to come to our WPT deep stacks in Florida at Seminole Casino Hotel in Immokalee, and my executive committee, they were all very nervous and up in the air about the fact that that Alan Kessler was listed as an advantage video poker player. Video poker is the lowest hold percentage in the casino, and who cares?
How are you
But
an AP video poker player? Like what?
yeah, exactly. He was listed as an advantage video poker player, you know. And I see him out there playing the machines all the time. I say, "Hey, Chainsaw, you taking advantage of us?"
That is so funny. What a great story.
But
And I think
he was
the
very
only
supportive
AP,
of our tournament and came and brought
Of
friends and
course.
stuff like that. It was great. But I
Of
mean,
course.
funny guy. What a funny guy.
like the only AP play there is to play like 10-7 games, right? Like, you know, the 104% payback games. Like, and that's not really an AP play. You just play the right machine. That's all.
Yeah, that's
It's so true.
it,
It's
it
so
was fun.
true.
It was just really funny with these guys watching them.
They listed him as an AP video poker player. That's hilarious.
The slot director, the slot director and the table games guys and all that. The GM, it was just funny to listen to them. But so yeah,
Love
changed
that.
on it. He never really took advantage of us, I don't think. So
Well,
They
I
they
think he's
thought
one
they
of the
thought he was going to take you guys for millions, huh?
I,
yeah,
I think
really, they did. They thought that was going to happen. I said, nah, I don't think so.
I think he's probably one of the hardest guys working in poker as a poker player for sure. He's always on the move, he's always playing, he's always giving back to the community, and it's been awesome to get to
Sherry,
know
that's
him.
that's why I was shocked that he didn't get drafted in the 25K
Nope.
fantasy draft because I mean, is he going to win? Maybe not, but he's going to grind like even like the $800 tournaments. Like he's just going to grind and grind and grind all summer,
Right.
Yeah,
But and
he
I'm
is
and
gonna
the
he's going
tell
to
ultimate grinder.
accumulate points, right?
right, but I'm gonna tell you that like his point value, like he didn't get that many points last year. He really didn't. So when you make it into a tournament, into the money of a tournament, you get 1 point. So you really got to make it up to the top 10 to get any point values that are worth anything.
Oh,
So
oh, okay. I guess I don't know how the scoring works. I didn't know it was only 1 point to make the money.
yeah,
Okay, that changes things. Okay.
yeah. Now there are some bonus points for like sizes of the field and some other things, but yeah, it just like he just doesn't get a lot of points. I mean, in comparison to one person can get in the top, you know, three of a tournament and probably beat him out for points for 20 tournaments. So,
Okay, that
uh,
that makes a lot more sense. Yeah, I wasn't aware. I
yeah,
just know that he's a grinder. Like
right.
if
Of
it's a four hundred
course.
dollar tournament, $300 tournament, it
Of
doesn't matter
course.
to him. 1,500, 10,000, it doesn't matter.
And I'm just
He's gonna play
exaggerating.
them all.
I'm exaggerating on the numbers, people. So don't come in hot saying, well, the numbers, blah, blah, blah. It's just a general statement so Brandon gets an idea of how the points work. So there you go. I want to remind everybody Kevin Mathers put out a tweet a little bit ago. If you're playing in the Colossus flight today and you're on the new WSOP app, which of course we all are, you should receive notification via your phone somewhere around 9 o'clock. And then your seat assignment will appear in the app a few minutes later. So hopefully by now you've gotten your seat assignment and you're on, you're getting ready to go to the classes. So good luck, people. Um, Isaac, you want to start us out with that tournament information for the day?
Yes, I do. Here we go. Okay, so we have Westgate Las Vegas. The Westgate offers a variety of poker tournaments at 12 p.m. and 3 p.m. They have a $45 buy-in, no limit hold'em tournament. At 7 p.m., they have a $65 buy-in, no limit hold'em tournament. At 9 p.m., they have a $60 buy-in, no limit hold'em tournament as well. Additionally, they host a 3 p.m. Lazy Pineapple tournament with a $45 buy-in. Over at Planet Hollywood, there are four daily no limit hold'em tournaments at 10 a.m., 2 p.m., 6 p.m., and 10 p.m. Each tournament has a $100 buy-in and offers a starting stack of 20,000 chips. Over at Red Rock, they host a daily no limit hold'em tournament at 10:35 a.m. The buy-in varies by day. Monday to Thursday, you're going to be paying $125. Friday to Sunday, you're going to be paying $150 with a starting stack of 25,000 chips for each. Um, Over at Caesars Palace, they have a 10 a.m. $120 buy-in tournament, a 2 p.m. $160 tournament, a 6 p.m. $120 tournament, and a 9 p.m. $160 tournament. Now, each one of these has an add-on of $50, and the starting stacks vary from 15K to 20K chips. Over at Resorts World, there is a 1205 $200 no limit tournament, 25K, 30-minute levels. And at 705, there is another $200 no limit tournament, again with 25K starting stack and 30-minute levels. And then finally, over at Mandalay Bay, there is a $60 no limit tournament at 8 p.m., 10K starting stack, 15-minute levels, no guarantee.
Thank you for those updates on the tournaments at those casinos. And for those that have been listening since day one, you notice I passed off Mandalay Bay over to Mandalay Bay over to Isaac. But go ahead, Rick. Are you ready to give us the lowdown on your venues?
Absolutely. You're at your favorite South Point today. They have their daily tournaments at 10 a.m. The daily no limit hold'em tournament for $120, $10,000 guarantee. At 2:10, a turbo bounty tournament for $120, $5,000 guarantee. At 6:10, a deeper stack, $240 buy-in, $20,000 guarantee. And at 10:10 tonight, another turbo bounty tournament for $120, $3,000 guarantee. And for the 120 tournament, you get 20,000 starting chips. For the 240 tournament, you get 30,000 starting chips. And again, their South Point, their special events, their Midsummer 200K kicks up again on Monday, the 16th, with their 1A $300 buy-in for their $200,000 Midsummer Tournament special. Moving over to the Win today at noon, with the last rebuy at 7:30. It's a 1C no limit hold'em day with $1,100 buy-in, unlimited rebuys, and a $1.5 million guarantee. And at the Venetian today, beginning at 11:10, with a close to 6 o'clock last rebuy, no limit hold'em MSPT 1A, $1,600 buy-in, unlimited rebuys, 1.5 million guarantee. And tonight at 6:10, with the last rebuy at 10:40, it's a $200 no limit hold'em bounty tournament, $600 buy-in, $40,000 guarantee. And that's what's happening today.
Well, I appreciate those updates, and so does our audience. So thank you guys. Over at the Orleans is an 11 o'clock 9-game tournament, $600 buy-in, 30K guarantee. At 1600 hours is the Survivor 1K tournament. It is $125 buy-in, 15K guarantee. At 1800 hours is the No Limit tournament, $200 buy-in, 15K guarantee. 2200 hours is the Survivor, $125 buy-in, $1,500 guarantee. Over at the Aria Poker Room today is an 11 o'clock tournament that starts, that is a PLO tournament, $800 buy-in, $150,000 guarantee. And I put in the chat a picture of the hoodie they're giving away to anybody that makes it to a final table. You're going to get one of those amazing hoodies. So the picture is in the chat, you guys. Over at the MGM Grand at 10 o'clock is their Flight 1A No Limit Tournament, $400 buy-in, 100K guarantee. At 1800 hours is day 2 of their No Limit Tournament. At 1600 hours is Flight 1B of the No Limit Tournament, and that's a $400 buy-in, 100K guarantee. At 2100 hours is a no limit tournament, $150 buy-in, 3K guarantee. Over at the Golden Nugget is an 11 o'clock tournament. It is a no limit tournament, $400 buy-in. At 12 o'clock is an 08 slash stud 8, $400 buy-in tournament. 1600 hours is a no limit tournament, $120 buy-in. And at 1800 hours is another no limit tournament, and it is a $200 buy-in. So that's like so much stuff going on, isn't it? And we're going to move on over to the WSOP. Um, First, I'm going to go over what took place yesterday as far as results are concerned. Then we'll move on to today's schedule so we can get back into the fun modes of our show, where we just talk about a bunch of different subjects like gun ranges and international poker packages. So anyway, event number 9, which was the 10K Omaha High Low 8 or better, had 217 entries, $2 million prize pool. Minimum cash was 20K. The winner was Ryan Bambrick for 470,000. And of course, we were all following closely to see if D Negs was going to get his first bracelet of the summer. He went into yesterday as the chip leader. He came out in second place for 313,000. And you know what? I staked him this summer, his package through um, the staking site. So we need D Nags to do well for sure. Event number 11 was the 10K Mystery Bounty. Had 616 entries. Five went into yesterday. There is a 5.8 million dollar prize packet or prize pool. The winner was Joseph Fox of the United States, who took home 729,000, and um, Alejandro Panado, who started yesterday in second place as far as chip stacks are concerned, finished in the same spot for 486,000. And I believe Yosef was the one that pulled a $250,000 bounty yesterday, and they had a video on Poker.org or Poker News, which it was very exciting because he kept yelling out, something about, I want the 250K, your mama wants the 250K, and that's the one that got pulled for him. Event number 12 was the $1,500 no limit deuce to 7 lowball tournament. It had 532 entries with a prize pool of 733,000. The chip, this guy was the chip leader going into Monday. He was also the chip leader going into Tuesday. And guess what? He won the tournament. Han Lu took home 90,000 for his win. Second place was one, and I'm going to spell this person's name because I certainly will mess it up. Yueqi took home 60,000 for their second place finish in that deuce to 7 low ball tournament. Event number 13, which was the $1,500 no limit 60-handed tournament, had 2,354 entries. First place took home 400 and, or I'm sorry, yeah. Wait, do I have this wrong? Hold on a minute.
You go right ahead, Sherry.
Um, can somebody look up event number 13 for me on the app? Um, I don't know if it's over or I don't want to report on 13 right now. Let me get back to you guys on event 13.
Let me look it up. You go ahead and move on. I'll
Okay,
look it up for
please
you.
do. Event number 14 was the 25K mixed PLO, no limit high roller, 179 entries, a 4.2 million in the prize pool. The leader of this tournament going into today is Brandon Mitchell with 7.4 million from the United States. Second place in chip stacks is Texas Mike Monchek, who has 5 million, and he of course is from the United States, of course, because he's got the nickname Texas Mike. Anyway, Jared Bletznick is in third place with 975,000. Some notable still in the field. In 17th place as far as chip stacks are concerned is Sean Deeb with 225,000. Go ahead, Isaac.
What did you want to know about event number 13 again?
Okay. Was yesterday the final day or was it like a second day of that tournament?
That's a very good question. I am looking right now.
I want to say it was a final day.
I think you're right. I'm not seeing any continuation.
Okay, so click on players
Let me see.
or click on results. Does it have players or results?
This version that I'm looking at on WSOP.com
Okay.
is
Do
the
you have the
tournament
W?
schedule.
Okay, hold on. Let me just pull up. It'll be much easier on the
I
app.
just found the results if you want.
Oh, on the app.
Yeah,
Okay.
never
Yeah.
mind. Okay, go ahead, Rick. Give me the results for that event
Well,
number
they're only
15.
showing up for some reason. They're showing only up to 12.
It looks like there's 11 players left.
Okay,
Yeah, that's 11 players left. Yeah.
okay, okay. So is Davenport in first place as far as chip stacks?
Yes.
Okay, and he has 11 million in chips. And then Zhao from China has 9.3 million. So thank you for helping me out there. I just
Yes.
want to make sure I I messed up on my notes and I just want to make sure we are giving out the right information. So thank you, gentlemen, for helping me with that information. Event number 15 was the $1,500 mixed PLO high low, Omaha high low 8, Big O tournament. There were 1,239 entries. And 25 are left. The prize pool is 1.7 million, 258,000 at the top, waiting for the winner. Uh, and I'm going to spell this gentleman's name, and he is the chip leader with 3.1 million, and he is from the United States. His first name is ABDYL. Last name is Konjuhi. So he is our chip leader. Benny Glazer from the um, UK is second in chip stacks with 2.5 million. Event number 16, the $600 pot limit Omaha Deep Stack. There were 3,110 entries, 108 left going into today, 1.6 million in the prize pool, 193,000 for first, 129,000 for second, 94,000 for third. Min cash is 1,200. The leader is Zachary Reinbold with 3.4 million. In second place is the real Jamie with 2.4 million, and a notable still in it to win it is Josh Arie with 980,000. Event number 17 was the 2K No Limit tournament. There is 3.1 million in the prize pool, 1,692 entries, 264 remain, 254 places will be paid. Min cash will be 4,000. Up at the top is 436,000 for the winner. Leading that chip stack race is Canadian Ernest Chevret with 728,000. Lucas Hafner is in second place as far as chip stacks are concerned with 722K. Jesse Linus, who I suspect we're going to hear his name often this summer, is in third place with 696K. Notable still in it to win it, Angela Defoe has 369,000. Event number 18 is the 10K Dealer's Choice Six Handed. 123 entries, 64 remain, 1.1 million in the prize pool. The payouts had not been listed yet. Your chip leader with 595K, going to spell his name, is Xixiang Lau. Ryan Honig is in second place with 298,000. Adam Friedman in third with 258,000. D Negs in fourth with 255K. Scott Seaver with 245K. David Baker with 229K. Some other notables still in it. Mike Mattisell with 119K. For Team Spacers, Brian Rast is still in it with 107,000. And Gus Hansen 105,000 in his stack. So those were some of the winners from yesterday. Here's today's schedule at 10 a.m. at the WSOP event number 19 kicks off, which is flight 1A of the $500 No Limit Colossus. And hopefully by now everybody has their seat assignments. At 11 a.m. is the final day of event number 16, $1,600 pot limit Omaha Deep Stack. 12 p.m., day two of the event number 17, that 2K No Limit tournament. Also at 12 p.m. is the kickoff of day one of event 20, the $1,500 No Limit Shootout, flight 1A. At 1 p.m. is day two of event 18, the 10K Dealer's Choice Six Handed. 2 p.m. is day 1, event number 21, $1,500 pot limit, Omaha high, low 8 or better. Then at 5 p.m. is day 1 of event 20, which is the $1,500 no limit shootout, flight 1B. And please check the site for all of the satellites and deep stacks for today. So that's what's going on at the WSOP. Whew, there's a lot, you guys. There's a lot. All right. Um, let's talk about first. First, I'm going to throw some shade this morning. Isaac, are you tuned in?
Throw that shade.
What I'm about to tell you is exactly why I welcome all industry people and poker players to our meetup games. It's called Building the Community and Networking. So there was a girl in a space a few weeks ago bad mouthing what I do as far as the meetup games are concerned. Uh, First of all, to her, I'm going to say thank you because I appreciate the extra advertising you're doing for me. And I am sorry for her, though. I'm sorry, young lady, that I live rent free in your head. Now, if I could only remember your name. Oh well, till I do, let's move on to the fantastic news of the day, shall we? Was that enough shade there, Isaac?
I mean, okay, hold on. You said somebody was disrespecting the game. What?
Oh,
I'm not having none of that. Is this someone? Is this
it's
someone that I think it might be?
oh yeah,
It's
absolutely,
exactly who I think it might be, right?
probably,
Oh my god.
probably, and it's somebody that's never been to a game, the meetup game. So it's really interesting that she has so much to say and has never been to one. So there you go. Proof is in the pudding, right? But we're going to keep moving on. That just kind of felt good to get out because this morning I woke up to a DM from Ivonne Montealegre, who is the owner and founder of the Malta Poker Festival, who is also the poker tour manager for Sigma Poker Tour at Sigma World. You might remember that I interviewed her a couple of times here in Spaces. And by the way, she did attend my very first meetup game at the Aria. She messaged me this morning. Well, at least I got it this morning because we're on a time change. So she could have actually messaged me last night, but I got it this morning. And here's what the message said: I will give you a package to come to Malta worth $2,700 to be used as a prize as you want as a prize. Package includes 5 nights at a 5-star Hilton hotel in Malta. Dates are Wednesday, October 29th through Monday, November the 3rd, and the dates are not flexible. Open bar bracelet, a 550, and it said 550 to grand event, which has an estimated prize pool of €1 million. How cool is that, you guys?
Oh, I
Open
think
bar.
that open bar bracelet's worth everything,
I
right?
was gonna. I was just about to say, Ricky,
I
beat me
was
to it.
just like, yo, that sounds amazing.
How
That
awesome
is
is that?
great. Good for you. That's
Well,
terrific.
I am so thrilled to be able to give that away at our meetup game. And I'm going to, come up with a way that we do it. And I'm so excited. Honestly, now I will tell you that does not include airfare. So, of course, this morning I was scrambling around and I thought, you know what? I need to kind of get a feel for what the airfare is. And so I looked it up on Delta. It was they had flights from between, say, $1,000 and $1,300 to Malta. So, and that was from Atlanta. So, just an idea of what the airline ticket would cost you. And of course, you have to pay for your own food. Um, but what a great offering for
Yeah.
our meetup
Malta's
game.
an absolutely beautiful, beautiful place. And just one little tip: you could also take a flight to Dublin, which is about half of that, and then pop over to Malta from there.
Well, thank you
Yeah, I'm
for
sure
that
there's a
advice.
trains are pretty popular in the EU, so I'm sure there's a train from Dublin to Malta.
Okay, there is not, because Malta is an
It's an
island
Oh,
island.
oh, it's an island.
o-
Okay.
off
Minor
of
detail.
Italy and Sicily.
You might be
Jesus,
able to row over there,
what
though,
an idiot.
Brett.
But that was funny. The timing of that was perfect.
I was thinking of that other gambling place, Macau. Macau?
Oh,
Macau,
Macau.
yeah, off of
Yeah,
Hong
yeah.
Kong.
Macau's an island too, though.
Is it?
But
Yeah, it
Jesus.
is.
stop the bleeding, Brandon.
You got
Stop
Fuck.
a
the
row
I,
over
bleeding.
I
there
just
too,
I just
buddy.
dug it. I just dug it even deeper.
Oh,
Good
that
stuff.
just made my day. Oh, I love it so much. So I'm really excited and thrilled that, Yvonne has offered that to us, and nothing would be make me happier than, someone that comes to that meetup game go to Malta in October. So I am very, very excited about that splash. Well, it's not a splash the pot. We can't do it splash the pot, but for that item to be given away at the meetup game. So there's the big news of the day, people.
That's your first Splash the Planet.
Yes, I love that. Oh my God, thank you for that. I love that. That's what we're going to call it from now on. I'm writing it down. Splash the planet. Very cool. Love it.
Watch,
All
one
right.
day it's going to include like some trip through Europe or something. Just wait. It's going to keep growing. This was the
Uh,
first one.
I love it. I absolutely love it. It's so exciting to see it just growing. You know what I mean? And um, for those, that haven't been to one, I highly suggest you come. Not only is it fun, but we give away some cool shit, folks.
Hey, I think you ought to give away a trip to your peaches orchard in.
Listen, Rick, I'm so serious about this, man. We need to find a way to transport some peaches safely to Las Vegas because,
There
The
man,
you
only
go, buddy. There you
the only
go.
only way I could do it is in a, believe me, we've looked at this, because I have probably 8 different states that have people in it that want peaches from me, that I know of. And
Yeah.
we actually, my son and I have thought about getting an air conditioned or a refrigerator truck. And because there is a company that's called what's it called? The Peach. I think it's actually called the Peach Truck, and they actually make, and they come to the orchard I use, and they take semi trucks to all the way up through Tennessee, Kentucky, Ohio, um, and but we looked into it. It would just you would have to really be able to pre-sell those. Now that company has already got to the point where they pre-sell that whole truck of peaches before they even leave town with them. And until you can get to that point with a business doing that, it's really hard to do because the peaches go bad and you lose all that money in stock. So we did look at getting a smaller like box truck, and um, it's just an endeavor that is a lot.
it can be challenging. I have to deal with transport a lot for things I do in the real world. It
Right.
can be very challenging, but you know what would probably hit and would make sense? Some of your peaches in a peach cobbler. You know what I'm saying? That travels well. Just gonna put that out there. Okay. I said my piece. Thank you.
I second the motion.
Well, you know what's so funny about that is A, I don't like peach cobbler, and B, I don't make peach cobblers. So the only way peach cobbler comes into my house is a friend of mine makes a really good peach cobbler. So throughout the summer, I give her some baskets of peaches, and she brings me some peach cobbler for my family.
Okay, see now we gotta discover what kind of peach dessert you do like so that we can head in that direction.
Okay, I'm going to tell you that until you've had a piece of peach bread with pecans, it's a cinnamon. Let me think how what it's called. Cinnamon. It's cinnamon and pecan peach bread. Until you've had a slice of that heaven, you have not eaten a peach item that is delicious. And you can make French toast out of it. It is unbelievable. And if I can get us some, I'll bring a loaf so everybody can try it, a loaf or two. I'll have to figure that out. But if not this meetup game, maybe the next one. It is so good. And I buy it at the orchard. They sell it in their fresh bakery section, and it is fantastic. If you like French toast, you'll never want to eat French toast another way.
I think it should be called Georgia toast.
You're probably not wrong.
Yo, that right there. See, Rick's got his finger on the pulse of this shit. I gotta tell you. I gotta
It
tell
is
you.
so good, you guys. Words cannot even describe it. Like, I bring it, like if I'm traveling to Florida, I'll stop at the Orchard and pick up some salsa if I don't have any left in my stock, and I'll pick up some bread. And so if I'm staying somewhere in Florida or wherever, I would, bring that as a gift to my hostess or host, and they're quite happy. Believe me, they're quite happy. So anyway, moving right along, let us talk about comedy clubs around Vegas. And Isaac, if you want to get your casino history ready, then I'll turn it over to you. Okay, bud?
Yeah, sure. Absolutely.
All
I'll
right.
line that up right now.
Perfect. So, um, of course, Vegas has a ton of comedy clubs. So these are just a few to get your mouth watering, so to speak. So it maybe motivates you to plan a comedy club adventure while you're in Vegas. So please double check their websites, do a search of, all of the clubs and their locations to see which one suits you. But here are 4 suggestions. The Comedy Cellar at the Rio, and that is at 3700 West Flamingo. The show starts at 7 p.m. and tickets start at $18, which I think is a great value for Vegas. So if you're looking for something to do, $18 comedy club adventure over at the Comedy Cellar may be for you, and that is at the Rio. LA Comedy Club, wait, let me start over. LA Comedy Club's Dragon Room at the Strat Hotel and Casino at 2000 South Las Vegas Boulevard. They have a variety of comedians scheduled, so you definitely want to look up their website because they really do have a variety. So there's something for everyone, I guarantee it. Their tickets start at $39 a seat. Brad Garrett's Comedy Club is in the MGM Grand Hotel and Casino. And I've heard a lot of good things about that comedy club. So I've never been, but I have heard good things. Their shows are Monday through Sunday at 8 p.m., and tickets start at $60. The Wise Guy Comedy Club has 2 locations, Art District and Town Square. They also have a variety of comedians scheduled, so you definitely want to look it up on their website. And tickets start at $25. So there's 4 suggestions for you. If anybody else has a favorite comedy club, please let us know. Anybody on my panel have one? Go ahead.
Yeah, one of my favorite comedy clubs is the Hall of Fame Poker Room over at the Horseshoe because everybody plays like a goddamn clown.
Is there something specific you're referring to or you'd like to tell us about?
Oh man, you know what? I'll never forget this. Anytime like playing the WSOP dailies, right? You run into a lot of wrecks, and then I remember this one guy because he just reminded me of somebody I used to know. This dude looked like he just fell out of like a NASCAR event or something, right? And he shows up, and he's like pushing all in almost every hand. He's on super tilt, right? And he keeps saying to the table, "I keep getting Ace King. I keep getting Ace King." Finally, he gets this one asshole's money, right? With just the most atrocious hand possible. I think it was like 7-3 off or something like that, right? He cracks this dude's ace king, and then he makes whatever money he makes. He gets up, puts his backpack on, and leaves. And I swear, while he was leaving, I could hear like the clown music. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So I've seen about 5 of those guys at the Hall of Fame Poker Room. So that's another secret comedy club that we're not aware of.
There we go. We got the lowdown right here from Isaac about the
If
best kept secret. Go ahead, Rick.
if you get a chance to see Carrot Top, the guy's hysterical. He is really a funny.
He's always been one of my favorites, and every time I'm looking at shows I want to do in Vegas, he's always on the list, but I just haven't pulled the trigger yet.
Yeah, I took this is probably 10, 15 years. I took the boys to see him with Jimmy J Dynamite Walker.
Oh my
That's
God,
how
a
old I
dynamite!
am.
right.
Yeah,
Love that guy.
at the Riviera before they imploded it, and it was Carrot Top and Jimmy Walker and one other guy, and we were on the floor the whole time. I mean, those guys,
Oh,
they were just outstanding in their day, and just
Jimmy Walker was one of my favorites.
oh,
I never missed an episode of that show, I promise you.
yeah, he was good stuff. And those two guys together, that was really
I bet it was. Go ahead, Isaac.
I will say that Carrot Top is probably one of the funniest, scary looking mother effers on planet Earth. He is funny as hell, though. I just saw him on Kill Tony, which I love
Yeah.
watching Kill Tony. And he was one of the guys up on their panel, right? That like, well, all these comics come up and get their 1 minute shot. Oh man, this dude, he looks like he's a trippy individual, right? Because he's got like these multicolored braids now.
Oh, I haven't seen him recently.
Oh man, like I said, he's just like I'm like, whoa. And he went from skinny Carrot Top to jacked Carrot Top, which is some shit. I still, I still can't get over that. But he's a legend. He's a legend though, because
He is a
in
legend.
Hangover
Absolutely.
One, he's in the pictures that they show at the very end of the movie of them partying. He's doing lines of coke with them in the limo. Carrot Top is awesome. Carrot Top is awesome.
Love it. Love it. Maybe I need to move him a little higher to the top of my list of things to do. All right, go ahead with your history lesson there, Isaac.
Isaac.
Alrighty, I got a couple right here. So
Oh, wait a minute. Stop, stop. Brandon, did you have something
No,
to
I was
say?
just gonna say he said he loves Kill Tony. I was just looking up the schedule for the the one at Town Square. Cam Patterson's gonna be there, but it's not till September, so it's way after the World Series.
no way, but it's
Okay.
gonna be September. They're gonna be in Vegas.
Yeah, no, just Cam Patterson is gonna be at the. I already forgot the name of it, Sherry. The one that's at Art Place and Town Square.
Oh, hold on. Let me get it back on.
I think he
Um,
just said it. I think yeah.
at the
Wise Guys.
Wise Guys.
Wise
Wise
Guys. Yeah,
Guys.
Cam Patterson's like September 12th, 13th, and 14th. He's gonna be there.
Nice.
Ooh, I'm gonna try to pull up for that. Cam Patterson's funny as hell, man.
He's hilarious. I love Kill Tony, like you were saying. So I
Yeah,
just
dude,
wanted to
so
throw that
much
out there.
fun. Such a fun show. Such a fun show.
Love it.
Okay,
Go ahead, Isaac.
all right, y'all. So we're gonna move into this. I'm gonna throw a couple at you, and then once I'm done, you guys can throw anything you might have that I don't know about this. So we'll start with Caesar's Palace today. Caesar's Palace, the empire that Jay built. Jay Sarno wasn't subtle. He was a build a place that felt like ancient Rome, but with blackjack tables and showgirls. When Caesar's Palace opened in 1966, it was absurd. Fountains, columns, fake ruins, and an actual Colosseum styled venue. Every valet wore a toga. Guests were guests of Caesar himself. It was immersive before anyone knew what that word actually meant. But Sarno did more than just build a theme, he built an empire. Caesars became the spot for boxing. Ali fought there, so did Tyson. Evil Knievel jumped the fountains out in front and broke half his bones doing it. The high rollers came for the action, the tourists came for the myth. And Sarno, he changed Vegas forever by proving that style, fantasy, and luxury could be a money printing combo. And that's Caesars.
Awesome.
Okay. Now, here's the one I've been wanting to get to. And after I'm done with this one, Rick, please chime in because I'm sure you got a whole lot that I don't on this. Binion's Horseshoe, poker's first cathedral. Downtown Vegas, 1951. Benny Binion opens the horseshoe, and nothing about it looks like the strip. No glitz, no girls in feathers, just one core idea. Gamblers should be treated like kings. He offered the highest table limits in the city and real odds. You wanted to bet $1 million on a single roll? Binion would take it. You wanted to wear jeans and not a tuxedo? He'd let you in. But his biggest contribution? The World Series of Poker. In 1970, he invited 7 poker legends to play. No TV crew, no audience, just pride and stacks of cash. From that tiny room came the biggest poker franchise on earth. Binions didn't just birth the WSOP, it proved that poker wasn't backroom sleaze, it was a mind sport, and now that spirit lives in every chip shoved across the felt.
very nice. Yeah, it was very good, Isaac. And the thing about Binion is the reason he came to Vegas is there was a warrant for his arrest in Texas for killing a guy. And that's how he got to Vegas. But yeah, he was the master, especially with craps. That was the game, and that's you could bet anything you wanted. And there was a guy every year that came and bet $2 million on his crap table, one roll, or until he sevened out. But yep, that's what brought the whole high rollers in, and that's what's been the downfall of many a great poker player, is not being able to walk by the crap table. And then Binion knew that. So that's why he wanted all these poker players who had all the money to come into his casino and play poker so that they would, and the crap tables are up front. If you ever, well, I think they still are. They were right up in the front by the front doors. So you got to walk through or walk by the crap tables to get to the poker room back in the day. So it was a very interesting scenario, but he took care of people. I know there's a very funny story about one guy that was a buddy of his from Texas, and Binion Binion kept telling him, "Go home, go home." He kept losing all his money, so Binion would buy him an airplane ticket and send him to the airport. The guy couldn't get past the crap table; he'd lose all the money from the airplane ticket. So he did that like
Oh,
three. He did it like three times, and finally Binion put him in a limo and make sure the driver took him to the airport and put him on the airplane.
good for him.
So those are the kind of stories in the old days. But he was just like Al Capone. He was one of those guys that has this myth about him for being generous, which he was, and but was a ruthless man, and had a lot of things buried. And I'm telling you that dinner we had, that's what those guys. That's what Slim was talking about, and the guy from the Red Room or wherever that card player place in Texas was. They kept talking about where this guy's buried in Vegas and what happened to this guy and what happened to that guy, and usually it was because of Benny Binion and not because of the mob guys. And
Interesting.
that was the one difference between Binion and the mob guys. Binion never got involved with the mob guys. He was his own man, and they kind of stayed away from him and let him do his thing.
I would imagine they had to respect it, right? Because even when what's
Yeah.
his name, the guy from Casino who Pesci ended up playing, Nicky Santoro, right?
Yeah, Nicky Santoro. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Nicky Santoro was an animal, and I have actually read some stories that yeah he wouldn't dare cross Binion,
No, no, those
and
guys had
that's
a
a
lot of.
scary dude, Nicky. So
Yeah, those were great days, though, man. Let me tell you.
oh
Watching.
man, I know. Honestly, I feel like that is a very, very romantic period in Vegas history.
Absolutely,
No matter what.
good way to describe it. It really was, and just that special table he would set up in the front of the casino, in front of the crap tables, and let Slim take on all the high rollers, in those days, and just watching Slim do his magic. Just the way he would fleece some of these guys.
Yeah, that's
It
one
was
guy who
just
I feel, unless you know from that era, it, Amarillo Slim deserves so much more flowers.
yes, yes.
Yes,
He was on
I
Carson. He was
agree.
on Johnny Carson 5 times, and
Really?
he was the first moneymaker. He
Wow.
really was the first moneymaker because he would talk about all the action and the games and the WSOP and things like that, and get people interested in
Wow.
them, and bring people to Vegas to do these things. So,
Amazing figure. Yeah, amazing figure.
and Isaac and Sherry has seen it. A friend of mine was the general manager of the old Sahara Tahoe, and he found something very valuable and he gave it to me. It was a deck of cards from Amarillo Slim's Super Bowl of Poker.
Wow.
And it's a big deck, it's those big cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I have it in my display case at home here. And
It's pretty cool. He has a pretty cool display case, I might
That
add.
is so
stuff.
awesome. I'm actually a deck collector. I've never ever said this to anybody, but I've been collecting decks for the last 3 years, since I made my first trip to the WSOP. And I've been looking for that because a buddy of mine, he told me that there is a place in Vegas where there's a couple that owns a bunch of stuff. Or actually, I'm not sure if it was him or maybe it was somebody here that told me about this. That they own all of the old chips and card decks from.
They could.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. I bet you could Google search it. I have seen that.
Yeah, this particular person
Oh.
also owns a bunch of slot machines from all the old
Yeah.
casinos and whatnot. Man, that I don't even know what I would do
Oh,
walking into a place like that. Right?
You know what I found the other day, guys? I found $100 check from the Tropicana.
Wow.
I hope you cashed it. I hope it's a canceled
No,
check.
no, it's a chip. A
Oh,
chip.
you said chip. I thought
Yeah,
you said
no, I said a
check.
check because a check has cash value. A chip doesn't have any cash value. So in the world of gaming, chips are used for tournaments. Checks are used on the table to gamble with.
Oh,
And so
got it.
this was
That's
a live $100 check from the Tropicana, and also an unopened deck of Tropicana cards.
Damn.
that's
Nice.
Damn.
Nice.
CHEQUE.
You
I
just,
love it.
you just never know what you find in your closet every once in a while.
Well, I'm sure it's all in the display case now.
It is certainly is.
That's insane. Yeah, that's
I
insane.
love
I
it.
have the only thing I have that is pretty cool from a bit back is I have a couple of napkins from the Cocoa Palms buffet inside of Stardust. And I got
Oh,
them
that's
in
cool.
Well,
'06.
that's
I
cool.
got them in
Yeah, I used to
'06.
love the Stardust Poker Room. It was right across from the sports book, so you could watch all the sports book action right in the poker room. It was really cool.
That's
And
dope. That is so cool.
Do
yeah.
you have a deck of the cards that they gave out at Doyle's memorial service,
Yes,
Isaac?
I do. Yes, I do. I was
Awesome.
able to send a buddy of mine to go to the memorial service because I was actually playing at that
Awesome.
moment. And yeah, he brought
And
me back a deck, which,
for those that don't know, that deck of cards that they gave to all of us was a deck of cards with tens and deuces only
yeah, yeah.
as a tribute to the great. So we're going to move along. I am going to go over the women that were inducted to the Women Poker Hall of Fame in the 2008. So this is the class of 2008. Barbara Enright was the first woman to win an open event at the World Series of Poker and the first woman to win 3 WSOP bracelets, and is the only female to have made it to the final table of a $10,000 buy-in event main event, and that was in 1995. Second to be inducted that year was Linda Johnson, nicknamed the First Lady of Poker. Linda helped Savage and others start the TDA, the WPT, and the Poker Gives charity alongside Mike Sexton and others. She once owned and operated the Card Player magazine and now owns Card Player Cruises with her business partner, Jan Fisher. Linda won her first bracelet in 1997 for winning the $1,500 Raz tournament. Another inductee to the class of 2008 Women's Poker Hall of Fame is Marcia Wagner. She cashed 20 events in 2010. Her highest finish that WSOP was second place in the tournament, a 7 card stud high low tournament for $52,500. Marcia is also an inductee to the Australian Poker Hall of Fame. For my space cadets, Marcia was once married to a space's favorite, Kenna James. Susie Isaacs also was inducted, and she had um, a top. Wait, I'm sorry. Isaacs finished in the money of 6 WSOP ladies events and won the ladies championship and bracelets back to back in 1996 and 1997. Be reminded that those were 7 card stud events back then. So those are the 4 women inducted to the Hall of Fame, Women in Poker Hall of Fame class of 2008. And every day I will continue to read a class. So
That
there you go.
great stuff. And Susie Isaacs actually came out to Oklahoma, hard to believe, and she did a number of the tournaments with us while Scotty was there. And she is absolutely hysterical. She's really a wonderful, wonderful lady. A lot of fun, and she was great with our what we called our Oklahoma hotties. Our
Right?
And she's just a terrific lady. So happy she's in the Hall of Fame.
And you know what's amazing is the Oklahoma Hotties are still strong till today, and they still meet every year for like a little retreat. I love that so
Isn't
much.
that great? That's something that was really wonderful that came out of all that back then.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Okay, I'm going to move on to a hot topic. First, I'm not promoting guns or shooting, but I do know this is an area of interest to many. So I will provide the information. I make no guarantees of the accuracy of the information nor vote or vouch for the services that they provide. I'm just trying to provide some general information. It's up to you to verify it and gather information to make your trip and visit awesome. I'm going to tell you about 4 different providers, but of course, there's a vast variety and many providers. So please search to meet your own needs. So the first place I'm going to talk about is Battlefield Las Vegas, which is at 2771 South Sammy Davis Jr. Drive in Las Vegas. They're open 7 days a week. Free military Humvee pickup from strip hotels and casinos. They offer both indoor and outdoor experiences from small calibers to 50 caliber. You can crush a car in a British Army tank for a mere $2,500. That's the Battlefield Las Vegas place of business. Another place to go would be the Gun and Blast Vegas, which is at 3535 West Harmon Avenue, Las Vegas. It's an outdoor range. They um, have pickup spots around the strip. So definitely refer to all their websites, folks. Another place you can go is Machine Guns Vegas at 3501 Elda Brain. I'm just going to spell it Aldebaran Avenue, Aldebaran, maybe Avenue, Las Vegas. They boast about many different packages and experiences to live out your machine pew fantasies. So check out their sites or give them a call. Desert Sportsman Rifle Club is at 12201 West Charleston Boulevard, Las Vegas. Non-members can participate in their monthly matches, which is only which is the only time a non-member can use their range. So there are some places around or in Vegas for your pew pew experiences. Any comments or questions?
I wonder which one of those is the guy who would always go to the pawn shop in Pawn Stars and would be where Rick would go test like the cannons or the crazy ass big guns and all of that. I want to go there once. You know what I mean?
Well, it's
I'm
got
sure it's one
well
of the ones you
to
mentioned. We just don't know that he's the
it,
owner.
yeah, and honestly, you could probably go on the pawn shop's website and probably they have a promo there for him for that business because he does come in and evaluate items for the pawn shop. So,
Man, I love that show, by
excuse me,
the way. Honorable mention.
I do too.
I've seen that
And
whole
if
thing from beginning to end probably two, three times.
and let me tell you, if you've never been to the pawn shop, people that are listening, I highly recommend it. It is really, especially if you've watched the show, it is really just kind of fun to go there after watching the show. And it's a lot smaller than you think because they definitely use camera angles on the show to make it look like it's a really big place. And it really isn't. It's really kind of a small store. But, I've bought stuff there. They have some pretty cool silver card markers. I bought a couple there. I've actually bought a couple of things to give away at some charity poker tournaments I've helped host. And yeah, I highly recommend going to the pawn shop.
You know what? I've never checked. I've only been there once. I wonder if they have like some old card protectors or something like
Oh,
that.
no, they do. They absolutely do.
Oh man,
Oh,
see, now I'm
100%.
hooked.
Because
What
I've bought some there.
I'm
what
so
month?
hooked.
I happen to have a whole thing full of old card protectors.
Well, Rick, there's a line forming. Your kids are one, and Sherry's number two for anything
and
you're ready to
and
get rid
Isaac's
of.
right behind Sherry. Okay, so it was just let me just put my cue in, in there.
Maybe I'll take a look and see what I have, and I'll send Sherry some stuff for her
Yeah,
game.
the only card protector I have that's like whoa was the one that cost me $10,000, and that's the one from the 23 main event.
That's a very expensive card protector.
It's
Hell
a
yeah, it
I
is.
still haven't used it because I'm like, man, this is an expensive ass card protector. Like,
Now, Rick, if you're going to ship stuff, you'll have to ship it to, I'll give you a Vegas address.
Okay.
So just let me know, bud. Okay.
Well, why don't you just direct DM me or text me
Okay.
the
I'll
address?
do it. I'll do it. Thank you.
You got it.
Appreciate that. Okay. A couple of things I want to say, get out there. First of all, ladies, on Thursday night at 7 p.m. at the Win is a $400 satellite, 5 seats guaranteed into their women's high roller, which is a 5K tournament, which is on Friday. So that is a great price point for a satellite into that tournament. So ladies, get over to the Win for that satellite. Also, I want to congratulate the WSOP for at this point in time, in 2024, there were 33,339 entries into events at the WSOP, and we've already broken that record. And this year, we're at 35,014 entries. That's up from 1,675 entries from last year. So the number has gone up and not down like people were trying to make that little political push about numbers this year. So I'm always happy, even if we go up one player entry into events, I'm always happy. So kudos to the WSOP. They're doing something right. People are coming.
Sherry, that was born out of the fact that Vegas is down this year. Oh, totally.
No. Actually, it was born out of the fact that people in other countries were saying they weren't coming because of Donald Trump.
Well, no,
So,
no, well, that's part of it too. But I mean, there's Vegas overall. The gaming is down so far this year from previous years. And they're saying less people are coming because of the high prices, which I think is true.
well, I think that there is a point to that, of course.
You know, so
But
I think
there
they need
were
to stop with resort fees. That's the thing that they
that'll
just,
be,
man,
yeah.
that
totally,
right there is
totally.
killing
Resort fees
Vegas.
and parking. You're gonna get that money, $100 a day from us in a slot machine. And you can save yourselves, dear operators, you can save yourselves lots of money in what it takes to and be administrating those um, programs, right? The parking, you have to hire parking attendants, you have to put equipment in place that obviously isn't working because people are getting stuck in the parking garage. And, you have to hire people to do maintain the resorts fee whole spiel. So if you do away with that, you're going to save money. Plus, you're going to get an extra 100 out of us every day gambling. So just cut us loose
Well,
with that.
they've made a huge uh, decision to make food and beverage a price point, and they have to make a budget. And it's just when you have to pay $100 for two people to have a small meal with one drink. Come on, guys, it's getting ridiculous. The prices are getting outlandish.
It really is. It really is.
Yeah.
And I wonder if like, it's like anything. Does the head of a big corporation know how to read the room?
No,
Right?
no,
And
they
these
don't.
things are controlled in such a way now that I feel that at the level where the service is actually being formulated to be given to the people, there's a huge disconnect.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree to a certain extent, but I just want to be clear what I was referring to. There have been people all over social media saying they're not coming and it's Donald Trump's fault and blah, blah, blah. And those very people are at the WSOP are coming.
That
And it's just so ridiculous to me. Like, if you want to die on the sword for whatever you believe in, do it with facts. Do it with facts, and I'm going to support you 100,000%. But don't do it for just stupid politics in that regard.
I
well,
think it's like you said last time, it's
absurd.
cloud chasing, really. It's internet cloud
Exactly.
chasing.
It's clickbait. So anyway, go ahead, Brandon.
I was just thinking about something. I know I missed a couple days. I don't know. I know you did it last year. I don't know if you've done it this year. I was just kind of curious about the rake um, with the tournaments. Like I know we talked about last year. Like Golden Nugget was like 35% or something like that. And
Okay,
I was kind of wondering if it changed, or I didn't know if you had covered that yet.
I'm going to tell you to go back and listen to yesterday's space because I went through a whole list of tournaments and venues and their rakes.
Okay, that must have been
And
after I left for the airport.
it
Yeah,
was.
yeah, it
Okay,
was. It was. And it
It
okay.
was very
was.
informative. So definitely go back and, not more than like 10 minutes
Yeah,
of the
Right.
space.
I will because I mean I was wondering if that stuff kind of changed this year because I mean I just think 35% is unsustainable. Like who's gonna play a
Yeah,
game like
and
that?
they did. I think they've all come down a little bit. And if I had time, which I don't right now, I would go back and look at last year's and compare it to this year's. I just don't have the time. But I would like to know, because I feel just looking at them that they have gone down a little bit. So they may have heard us. They may have heard the players say, "Hey, enough's enough." So, and kudos to them if they did. But I feel like they have gone down a little.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask because I know you did it. You did like an hour on it last year and it was very informative.
Well, I appreciate that. And definitely listen to yesterday because I do just go down a whole list of venues and tournaments so everybody can kind of get a bird's eye view of, the rakes around town, so to speak.
Gotcha. As soon as this is over, I will go back and listen to it from
Perfect.
yesterday.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Appreciate you. All right. I have a couple winners around town, and I'm sorry I've kind of slacked about this the last couple of days, but it's just because we've been trying to get out so much information. So over at the Venetian, Maria Curta was the winner via four-way chop of event 23, which was the $600 bounty. She took home over $7,700, and Terry Flesher won the seniors event over at the Win. It was a $1,600 buy-in, and he took home 188,000 for his efforts. So congratulations to those winners, and I promise I'll do better and catch us up on some more winners around town. Honestly, I've just been slammed, and that's just my story, and I'm sticking to it. All right, around the horn. Anybody else have anything they want to bring up? I forgot, or comments about anything? I'm going to start with you, Brandon.
Actually,
Oh,
I was
Isaac.
thinking about something real quick. Let me see. What exactly was it? Yeah, I've already taken my green pill for the day. So,
I wasn't going to say anything, but
yep, 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 yep.
it's that time of day.
Yeah, that's how you know it's kicking in. That's how you know it's kicking in. No, actually, I think, yeah, okay, this is what I was thinking about. All right. What casino have you not been to yet in Vegas, Sherry?
Oh, actually, there's quite a few, and I try to get to one or two new ones every time I go. But let's see, just off the top of my head, let me think about it. I have not been to um, um, a lot of the ones in Fremont Street. I've not been to. So I've been to Circa. I've been to the Nugget. And I think I was in Four Queens for a lunch. Wasn't that where the Ladies Hall of Fame luncheon was in December? Otherwise, any of the other ones there, I have not been to all of the station properties. I have not been to Red Rocks, which that one I would have to say has always been one of the ones on the top of my list.
We're
But I
doing that
always,
this summer. We're doing that.
all right,
Yeah.
yes. And mostly the reason I haven't is because I don't typically rent a car. So I usually wait for one of my kids to come because then we rent cars when the kids come to go to somewhere we haven't been. So like they came and we went to Circa was the one we did, I would say was the last new one I went to. So I love that. I want to go to Red Rocks. So that'll be perfect.
Yeah, definitely. For me, right now, the one that's like kind of like irking me the most to go to is the Durango, just because I've seen a lot of shots from there, and there's this one Hawaiian place that I've had the food out here, and they have a restaurant there, so
Nice.
that's definitely something. that I'm touching down to. But yeah, funny you say that. I haven't been to all the stations. The Outlier casinos, the only one that I've been to is Sam's Town, and that was years ago.
I don't even think I've been to Sam's Club. I've been to one that um was on the, like, I want to say that might be not too far from Fremont Street, or may even be considered part of Fremont Street. I'd have to look at a map, but I remember going to one of the station properties like near there or around there, like when we were going to or from um the dam, and we were like, oh, let's go try that casino today. And I would have to look at a map, but I think that's the only one I've been to.
The one right by the dam is also another one that's elusive to me. That
Me too.
that little ass casino right there, right? Yep,
Yes.
yep. That one's elusive. I still haven't touched that one. But yeah, Fremont Street, just about all of them I've been to. I'm a glutton for punishment. So I'll go to the cafe at Binions just to go eat at Binions, even though the cafe is like, man, you're never gonna hear me say this again, folks. Denny's is better. And I fucking hate Denny's,
For
okay? But
for
Denny's is better.
for anybody that likes to play craps, I guess it's been 2 years since I've been there, so this might not still be true. But Main Street Station used to have 20x odds on craps. I don't know if they still do that.
Oh, I have been to Main Street Station. I did like Main Street Station. That's the big gold one, right? Building gold windows.
No, I think it was Four Queens.
No, no, no. I'm no. What I'm talking about is a freestanding casino out toward Red Rocks, but not as far as Red Rocks. So I definitely have the name mixed up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Main
you
Street
know what?
Station
You're
is
right.
is
I've seen one
downtown.
on the way to Red Rock. Actually, I think I don't know the name of it either, but it looks like one of those station properties. It has that look.
Yeah. And I don't think it is, but it looks like it could be. It has like all gold windows.
Yep,
Um,
yep.
and the reason I went there is my daughter was playing in LFMAO's tennis tournament not too far from there. So when she was just practicing or whatever, I would go to the casino and stay in the nice cool air and play poker or something while she was practicing for the tournament. But I can't think of the name of it, but it was a nice casino. I had fun there for what that's worth.
Yeah, I mean, I've had fun at the state line casinos, and those are fucking dicey.
I
I
love
mean,
it.
you know what though? They kind of have declined pretty massively because about about decade or so back, I used to do a lot of bus runs with some friends of mine that were a Raider Booster Club, and they would do state line trips on tour
Right.
buses, right? And we would go there, and it would be so lit because I mean, one, and this is before the Raiders got to Vegas. Right now, everything is like this, but you go into the casino, and it's just the ocean of Raider jerseys.
Oh, that is fun.
That was so dope because anytime somebody would come by
Yes.
with, like, let's say a Broncos jersey or a Dallas jersey, the whole casino floor would erupt. Right? Like, oh man.
There's nothing like good team spirit and a whole bunch of you together. I don't care what team you're
Oh yeah,
rooting for.
absolutely, absolutely. Because even rival teams of my favorite teams, I've been to events where I've had to party with them, and equally, anybody who's like part of that, the tailgating and all of that, so dope. I still
And
haven't done tailgating at the Allegiant, matter of fact, and I hear that it's awesome. And Kenna's the ultimate giving me FOMO about Vegas guy because he goes to a lot of cool shit, right? So he went to this one Raider thing that was a tailgate. I was like, wow, it was just like an ocean of food and good times, drinks, everybody's smiling, nobody's tripping. Really, really dope
love
energy.
it. Love it.
I
Love it. Love it.
Isaac, when you're talking about state line, you're talking about those places in Prim, right?
Yes, sir. I'm talking about right there next to the outlets and the
Yeah.
other one
Okay.
that has the fucking deadly roller coaster. By the way, I've ridden that shit.
I'm going to tell you those outlets used to be amazing. I don't know if they still are, but I went to them
Yup, they used
probably
to be.
12 years ago or 13, and they were amazing.
Yeah, you know what? That's exactly the era, Sherry, when I would do all of that is about 12, 13 years ago because when I was still working in the courts out here. And yeah, like it was just a really dope vibe when you would go there. Now I don't ever see that is one of the deadest places I've actually seen.
Oh,
I
and,
I feel
and
like
I you know the other side of the freeway because I always get off on the side that has what is that? Buffalo Bills is the name of it, right? And then
Yeah,
Prim on the other side. What's the one on the other side of the freeway? I
I feel
only
like Buffalo Bills is the only one still open. There's three there, and I know they all closed during COVID, and I want to say only one of them opened back up. I could be wrong, but
interesting. Yeah, I have the only thing I ever do with State Line is land, hit the Starbucks, use the bathroom, continue the journey. Like
yeah, just stop at that gas station. I don't ever buy gas there because it's expensive as
hell
shit.
no, hell no. I
I
buy
just
back
stop there to
and
pee
listen.
and maybe get a soda or something, some caffeine,
Yeah,
and
I'm
then
not gonna go
continue
to
on.
Vegas for Cali prices on gas. Let me tell you.
I
So
know that's right.
I think it's
Let's.
even more expensive than Cali there, dude.
I wouldn't be surprised. Real talk,
All right,
bro.
we're going to welcome ASG to the panel. How are you, bud? Another one of our
All right.
co-hosts. I know
Yeah,
you're probably working hard.
exactly. So I only got a few minutes. So just wanted to mention on some stuff you had previously spoken about, that they've had less of these types of events, but the Golden Nugget still has a 6 o'clock tournament that's $150. That's almost daily. That's 30% rate, and so it still exists sometimes on their schedule, and that's for their deep stack. So when it's small buy-in and deep stacks, those take longer time and it's low buy-in, so they have the highest rate of any of them. I remember last year or the year before they had, no, it was definitely last year, they had what they called cheap and deep, and that had really high rake too. I don't see one label to
Right,
that this year,
right.
but yeah, that's how they become higher rake, is if it's that combination, cheap and deep, that equals
Yep,
them taking a lot for the rake.
It's because they're
yep.
taking live games off the floor, so it's costing them more money, and that's why they're doing it. If it depends if they have a tournament room or not, but for the most part, that's what's happening. Is it's preventing them from building more live games, and that's why they rake them higher. At
Well, I
least
don't
in
know if
my
the
day,
viewers have to, like, if you're deeper, and that means that the typically that often means that the tournament takes longer. So besides having them on the
exactly.
floor, they then have to, you know, I mean, it's as obvious as the cake off the floor. You need dealers to deal for longer, um, at that tournament kind of rate.
Right.
Right,
It's all about how much the tables are making,
right, 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 right,
what their revenue is.
right.
And I just wanted to also do the entry thing. Ryan Plant or Plant, how do you, whatever, however you pronounce
LaPlante.
Plant. Okay, so
Yep.
uh, he said about it, of what he saw so far from the entry comparison. He said, seems like extra mystery carry things because they had an extra fight in the Mystery Bounty tournament. And he said, low stakes overall seems on par for previous year, 5K plus event. I intend to continue for rest of series. So
Perfect. Thank you for that update.
I think that's everything.
Isaac, oh, go ahead. Go ahead, ASG.
No, I was just saying that's all I had that I
Okay,
wanted to update
perfect.
for.
Perfect. Go ahead, Isaac.
I just want to give a standing ovation to ASG for saying cheap and deep and not like cracking the fuck up because I started dying over
Dude,
here.
I was thinking about making a joke,
I,
and I'm like, nah, this is a
bro,
softball.
listen to me, bro. Like if that should be the name of, like, you know what I'm saying, some kind of a
Okay,
buddy rap.
okay, okay. The green bill is definitely kicked all the way in now. Okay, okay, okay.
And I wanted to
Yes, there
update
are some other
ASG.
things you can find at the Nugget that are cheap and deep. Is that where you're going?
Just
You feel
yeah,
me? No,
yeah.
that's what I'm saying. No, bro, listen. There should just be a spot on Fremont just called
Stop,
cheap and deep.
stop yourselves.
Eh,
Go ahead,
Yeah,
Brandon.
I just wanted to let ASG know Malta is an island. Just so you know, just trying to update you on what we talked about today.
And so is
And so is
what was it,
Macau.
Macau?
Yeah,
So it's Macau,
also an
yes.
island. Yeah, you
Yes.
can't. Turns out you can't take a train to either of those places. We learned that today.
Who knew, Brandon? Who knew?
You're telling me there's not a tunnel from Sicily to Malta? Come on,
No, then there would have to be a tunnel from Italy to Sicily to Malta.
there's got to be something.
And then let's not
I'm
get over the
grasping
one
at I'm
from
grasping at
Ireland
straws here.
over to Malta. That's the real long tunnel.
Oh my God, you guys are too funny.
Hey,
All
I think they call it the cheap and deep. Don't they?
right. Oh my God, so funny. All right, you guys, around the horn. Anybody got anything else to add, bring up, talk about, whatever? Brandon?
Oh, I guess I was thinking about I didn't get a chance to chime in. We were talking about parking, like free parking. Downtown, Main Street Station has a parking lot, and if you they brew their own beer there at Main Street Station. They're pretty good if anybody likes like IPAs and stuff like that. If you just go to the bar and buy a beer, I and again I haven't been to Vegas in 2 years, so this could be outdated information, but they used to give you either 2 or 3 hours validation on your parking ticket there.
Oh, good to
If you
know.
just went to the bar and made a purchase of some sort. I'm not sure if that's
Good
still
to
the
know.
case, but just something to look at if you're going downtown.
And just to update Brandon on his own schedule, he was actually in Vegas last summer, not 2 years ago, but that's okay.
Oh, but I
It
didn't go to
seems
Main
like
Street
two
Station.
years.
I haven't been to Main Street Station in 2 years. I mean, I spent
Just
all my time on the Strip last year.
he spent all of his time railing me, or at least some of his time
Pause.
railing me.
Pause. Sorry. Never mind. Never mind. Moving on.
Behave yourselves. It's too early
I
for
can't help
X-rated.
myself. I'm sorry, Sherry.
Oh my Lanta. All right, Rick, you have anything you'd like to bring up, comment about, or whatever?
No, it's a shame because some of the best casinos in the world are gone now. But I can remember the old Desert Inn and seeing Sammy Davis Jr. perform there with a 40-piece orchestra, and he did the entire Mr. Bojangles and
Oh,
stuff like that. In the old days, it was just great. The old Sands and some of those the Tropicana, and obviously the Stardust, like I said, was one of my favorite places to go. And so it's and the original Sahara was really cool. But yeah, been to most of them, and so it's I when I go to Vegas, I actually walk up and down the strip just to and go in and out of the casinos and see what's going on, especially if I haven't been to the new ones yet. And then
right,
downtown, the history downtown, the old Gold Rush days, when they had the parade with the horse
all right.
stuff. The history of downtown is fascinating, absolutely fascinating. So yeah, it's a shame because the corporate boys have taken over, and every department's got to be a revenue source for them now. And I think they're going to start rethinking this as their numbers drop. And the same with cruise lines; they're doing the same thing.
Right.
So it's comes to a point where people just aren't going to pay that kind of money for that type
Absolutely.
of thing. I mean, and the World Series is an event onto its own. So it's a different ball game, and it's going to always attract those of us and people who are on the rail, on the fringes, to just come and watch and see what's happening. So I don't ever see that declining, but I think the rest of Vegas is going to take a few hits.
Yeah. Well, I think we're in a transitional state right now, right?
Yeah.
And
Yep. Definitely.
trying to pull the reins back in. But I'm going to point out to something I put up in the jumbotron. Dana posted it. It's her chainsaw T-shirt that she won on Twitter. Or some kind of stream over the last about 10 years ago. So that's kind of a cool T-shirt, and I'm actually going to be having a quilt made out of poker t-shirts that I gathered through the years, and I'm probably going to try to look for one of those because I think that would probably be a pretty good addition to my poker quilt. And I'm actually thinking about maybe making two of them and doing a raffle for one or a giveaway or something. Anyway, that's probably
Who
at
was that guy
6 months
I'll
who
away
let you
as
came
that.
to
well.
a couple of yeah? Didn't somebody come to a couple of events with this shirt that was just like Chainsaw's face all over it?
Yes, yes. Yes, as a matter of fact, I'm going to ask him if he has any that because he gets shirts all the time from people or whatever. But I am going to ask him when I see him in Vegas if he has any that he would like to give me for my quilts.
Alan is great, but I can't think of anybody on Twitter that has worse food takes than that man. Oh my goodness gracious.
That's what makes it so funny. Hey, Dana, welcome. How are you, my friend? Hello, Dana.
I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I'm pushing too many buttons.
That's all right. How are you?
I'm good. How are y'all?
Doing well, thank you. Long time no talk, honey.
I know. We got to catch up.
We do, we do. So you won that in a Twitter contest, or you don't really remember? Which is it?
I have no clue how I got it, but it's like a size medium, which, not to get too personal, is way too small.
That's
So,
okay. It's still a nice keepsake.
yeah, if you want to, like, DM me and send me a priority envelope or whatever, I'll take it out and send it to you.
I love you for that. Can I just Venmo you some money and you ship it?
Yeah.
Okay, deal. I
Deal.
love that. Just DM me your Venmo.
Deal, pickle.
Deal, pickle. Are you coming to Vegas or what?
Oh, only if I win close to Broke's contest, which is a long shot, but we'll see.
All right.
But
All right. Fingers crossed.
I'm just tuning in due to major FOMO. That's all.
Well, and I think we all have a part of that as we talk through stuff as the days go on. We're all like, "Damn, I wish I was
Yeah.
there." They're having fun with me at the red what is it? The red building or whatever. Um, yeah, we're all having that FOMO, trust me.
Well, I just wanted to pop in and say, let's get you that T-shirt and
Thank
hi
you.
everybody.
Thank you so much. I appreciate
Yes,
that.
ma'am. All
Love
right.
you.
Love
Hope you're
you.
doing well and everybody's doing well. Okay, we'll catch up.
All righty, later.
All right, bye.
Sherry, now you have to have some boiled chicken with no seasoning today. In in
Boiled
res-
chicken with no seasoning.
yeah,
You done bumped your head.
for chainsaw for
Old
respect
Kessler.
for the
Yeah,
shirt.
call that the old Kessler, huh?
I'd rather have a burger with no bun than what you described.
Oh, I'm telling you, if you watch his timeline, like his food take, like oh my man, oh man,
It's hilarious.
Oh
Dude,
yeah, my man, he's like a
we've been
robot.
through the drive-through when he's been ordering that stuff. It's hilarious.
like
Like
he perpetuates the stereotype of you know the stereotype is white people don't season their food. No, he perpetuates that stereotype for sure.
All
We
right,
season our food, I promise.
I know,
No,
I
I
do
do
too.
too, but I'm just saying that I love Alan, but man, he put some pictures of food on the timeline. I'm like, bro, I wouldn't feed that to my dog.
He's
I love
truly
it.
one of the great poker characters.
He
He's
absolutely
definitely a character.
Absolutely.
I love him. He's funny as hell.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
like
he
do
I
is.
think
too.
he's gonna be a cult figure for like years to come.
Ever,
Absolutely.
ever,
Absolutely.
You know
ever.
what? Y'all gonna make me snap. I got an idea for a T-shirt design with him. I'll show you, Sherry. And we might
Okay.
do something.
Do it.
We might do
Do
something.
it. Do it. Do it. Avi, you want to come up and tell us about your travels? I couldn't get into your space this morning because I was getting prepared for this one, but we would love for you to come tell us about traveling. He is on his way or may have already arrived at the Tetris um, festival. I'm going to call it a festival. Hey, Avi. As soon as you.
Hey, let me go inside.
Okay. I'm excited he's going because, we all have spent hours watching him play Tetris. So excited he's going to go to a competition, live out some of maybe his dreams about Tetris, just like we try to live out our dreams at the poker table. Go ahead, Abby.
Hey, Sherry. Yeah. So I'm in the process of packing. I guess just deciding what to bring up because I was gonna bring like literally everything in my room that I use other than my TV, which is insane. Like my guitar, my TV, all of my video games. It's not some of them. My huge ass fucking collection. So
Okay.
process of narrowing it down to essentials.
You know how they say never go shopping hungry? Never go packing with more than one suitcase when you're only going to be gone 4 days.
It's 6 days though. It's crazy.
Okay, even 6 days. One big suitcase and maybe a little carry on, for toiletries and computers and all that stuff.
You don't think 50 video games are going to be necessary?
No, not at all. But again, I'm not really a gamer. I like to play games, but I'm not a gamer. So I would think that you could probably get away with 10 or less games.
And
Choose wisely.
I decided also right now that I'm going to seek out people in Tetris to unscrew the back of my controller, remove the padding under the D pad, which is what makes it so you can roll on the controller, You have to take out the
Oh,
cushion under where you press left and right. And
well, you better throw some tools into your suitcase then for that.
they already all have them, but I did just order
Okay.
my own so I could do this myself also. But yeah, those little screwdriver sets and stuff. But anyway,
Yeah.
so that potentially could give me a shot to win because I've spent so much time with my teacher. And like, honestly, it's getting pieces left and right and being able to play fast. Like that's the area to improve on because I've spent so much time now looking at boards, looking at placement. You know, that's like all I did with my teacher was like, what's the best placement and why? Why is this? You know, is so I could have done
Right.
that with Stack Rabbit where it tells me what, but not the why, which like wouldn't be instructive, you know, is
Right.
um but so
So, what time is our target time to leave the house?
it depends
What's our goal?
it depends on whether I'm going before traffic or after traffic. So if I leave within 2 to 3 hours, otherwise in 5 or 6. But the traffic is all going the opposite way. It's just that with congestion, it it can lead to whatever. It can lead to accidents. It can lead to whatever, and any accidents on the way. And I'm a little bit in a tight spot.
Okay. So, do you think it's doable? You can be out the door in 2 to 3 hours?
Yeah, but I'm thinking it might be wiser to take a nap and go up because I'm gonna
Okay,
take a nap
cool.
either in my hotel room there or here. So yeah,
Well, if you're already dreaming of a nap, probably taking it before you leave is a good idea.
before a 2 hour drive. Why, Sherry?
Because it's been an emotional week for you, buddy.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't even build a playlist yet.
Yeah. Avi, the overthinker.
But I'm gonna be the only time I know for right now is on Friday from 1 to 2 or from 2 to 3. I'm not sure which time slot, but that's when I'll be qualifying for my seed in the bronze tournament at Classic Tetris World Championships in Pasadena, only the biggest Tetris tournament in the world.
I love
Oh my god.
that. Good for you, Avi. Love it, love it, love it. Good luck to you. Keep us updated because we definitely want to know how you're progressing, who you're meeting, what kind of fun you're having. Because once you get there, it's going to be tons of fun and probably learn some things along the way too. So, very cool.
And I'll be sure to take a lot of pictures.
Please do. Absolutely. Well, thank you for coming up and sharing that. And I'm going to go back to Around the Horn. If anybody wants to bring up anything, now's the time. Isaac, it's your turn, buddy.
Okay. Um, I'm gonna stop. All right, but actually, Avi, while you're out here, hit me up. If anything, I'll come bring my little mini drone and you could take some dope pictures or whatnot. You know, if you want to do any of those type of things or catch a meal, just holla. Um, thanks everybody for coming up. We appreciate you guys tapping in with us daily. And thank you, Sherry, for hosting the space. Thank you, Rick, for co-hosting. Always love hearing your insights. Brandon, thank you as well. And yeah, we'll catch y'all tomorrow.
Absolutely, we will. And ASG, thanks for coming up. I know you're working and it's hard to do that during the week, but we appreciate you when you squeeze us in with some questions or comments for sure. Go ahead, Avi.
So my time to check in is 4 p.m. on hotels.com. Do you think
Great.
there's like a 90+% chance that if I show up at 1 or 2 that I can early check in?
Yes. Yes.
Usually
I've
Yeah,
never
everywhere, yeah.
once
yeah.
I've never once been turned down for an early check-in when I've arrived at 1 o'clock.
Except for
Never once.
except for Vegas, strip hotels are pretty, especially Caesars properties are pretty strict on that.
As I said, I've never been turned down, but I do have the status at the Caesars property, so
Yeah,
that does have
that
an
might make a
effect there.
difference. Yeah.
But in normal hotel life, yeah, I've never been turned down, Avi.
Yeah, and that makes sense with the 9 a.m. checkouts and not everyone early checking in.
Right. They usually have at least one room ready, right?
Oh yeah, they're gonna have several actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, most places offer an early check-in, and there's usually a fee.
Yeah,
Shouldn't be
there
more
is
than like
some.
$25 usually for early check-in.
Yeah.
But yeah,
There are fees associated, so you definitely want to ask when you check in early, but I don't pay fees. I would never check in early if they said that'll be $25 extra. I'd be like, no, I'll be back.
I
When do
checked
you
it. It
suggest I
said
come back?
$10. I'm
Oh,
down.
$10? I would do it
oh
for
yeah,
10 bucks.
run that. That sounds perfect. Actually,
Yeah.
Sherry, at the Horseshoe, I did do it though. When I had to Greyhound to Vegas a couple years back, and when I got there like super early, 6 in the morning or something like that. So I Ubered over to the Horseshoe, and it was worth it because I didn't want to be carrying my luggage around.
Okay, so let me give you a little. This is some travel tips. This is probably a good thing to talk about. So, like, there are different scenarios when let's just say when I arrive in Vegas. Okay, so last year when I arrived in Vegas, I arrived at say 9:30, and there was a 10 o'clock meetup game at the Win, a women's meetup game. And believe me, I don't remember the dates and times. I'm just kind of piecing it together for the benefit of this story. So I actually stopped. I was staying at the Horseshoe. I stopped at the Horseshoe and I dropped my bags off at the Bellman. I don't go to check in early. I just drop my bags in off at the Bellman, and then I get right back into the taxi and they take me over to the Win. So just so you know, if you get to to Vegas and you can't check in early, or you don't want to pay that extra fee to check in early, you can drop your bags off at the Bellman and they will hold them there for I don't know how many days is their limit, but I have had them hold them overnight for me before and I was not checked into the hotel. So I don't know what the limit is on that, but anyway, if you are staying there, of course, they'll hold them for you until you check in and then you just call to have them brought up. And so that's just a little travel advice for Vegas folks.
That's a good one. That's a very good one. Never even considered that. Definitely going to consider that if I show up early and want to avoid that. I like that. Thank you, Sherry.
You're welcome. Or even if you have to check out to get to but your flight, like you have to check out by 11 or 12, and your flight's at like 7 that night. Oh my God, what am I going to do? Go to the airport with my suitcases? No, I just send my suitcases to the bellman. And then when it's time for me to leave for the airport, when I go to catch my ride, I go to the bell desk and they bring them out. And guess what? Then they load them into my ride. So there you go.
Sherry, you just read my mind. That's exactly what I was about to say. That's the only time I've ever used it. Like I usually try to book a late flight home so I can
All right.
hang out a little bit longer. But yeah, if you got to check out, you could just leave your bags there. Like I guess they expect like a tip, like $1 or two or three, whatever, depending on how many bags you have. But
Okay, dollar per bag, and honestly, I
yeah,
would recommend $2 per bag plus a little extra people. So there you go. That's just I'm a big tipper, but I would definitely do $2 a bag, although $1 would be probably acceptable, but I highly recommend $2 a bag.
but yeah, like
When it
you were
comes to
saying, Sherry, you can.
tipping, I have a very interesting scale for that. Waiters at restaurants is one, but for people who service you like that, yeah, I think minimum has to be like 10. And if you were really hella cool and did some kind of super little extra in there, I'm gonna hit you with like at least a 20 or something.
Yep,
Because Vegas is different, their tipping style. I'm always thinking
exactly.
about casino when I'm thinking about Vegas and tipping. You got to tip right.
All right.
You do. Because if you tip wrong, whoo, it's almost worse than not tipping at all. So,
Well, and I'm going to tell you, especially when you're on the way into the building, those people remember you and your tip. I'm just going to tell you. When I get, my bellman bring my bags up, they're getting a big tip. And guess what? As soon as I hand it to them, and they look at the tip, they're like, "Do you want me to go get you some ice before I leave?" And I'm like, "Yep, here you go."
that's what I'm talking about. Yup. Absolutely.
And
So
like
it
Sherry,
does help.
like Sherry was saying, whenever I've checked my bags with the bellman and my flight's late, like whenever I get my ride, they'll put the bags in the car for you. Like They won't let you touch them. No, I got it. I got it. Let me just put them in the trunk for you.
100%. And those people are out there in 110-degree weather. They deserve a good tip, people.
And
So
they got to be in that suit with the tie. It just, oh
exactly,
man, yeah.
We did
exactly.
the same thing on a cruise ship with a with our room attendant. As soon as the first meeting we have with them, I always give them a $50 bill, and then they're your your friend for life. Then whatever you
No, and yeah, they're always calling, texting you. Do you need anything in your cabin?
exactly exactly,
It does pay off to tip well, and guess what? If you can't afford it, it's okay.
and that's what
If you
those guys
can't
live
afford
off.
it,
Really, they really do live off of that.
they do live off of it. And if you can't afford to be a big tipper, there's no shame in that either. So don't think, we're not aware that some folks just can't afford to tip well. But the fair market tip is, guess what, is exactly what they're looking for too. So no shame in that game, people. All right, you
Rick,
guys, I'm going to end this. Go ahead,
Rick, you want to know a
Brandon.
little down and dirty secret about the cruise ships? If you tip your porter, and you have maybe some things that don't belong on the ship in your bag, and you give them 50 or $100, and you say, make sure this gets to my room. It's worked 3 times for me on cruise ships.
Well, you better be careful with the fourth time.
Yeah, I mean, I just like alcohol. I mean, like, you're not supposed to bring alcohol on the cruise ship, right? But if you give the porter 50 or $100 and you say, make sure this gets to my room, it's worked. I mean,
Okay,
might not work
I
for
wouldn't
everybody.
do that nowadays.
I wouldn't do it nowadays, and
I would not do that
we're
nowadays.
going
You
on
can
our
get those.
72nd cruise in July, so it's I'd be careful doing that nowadays because they're really on the lookout. Thanks to people on social media showing them what they're doing, So it's crazy now. It's crazy.
I didn't know, like, taking a picture, like, look what got to my room kind of deal.
Yeah, that
Uh, some
exactly.
people ruin it for everybody, man.
They just Carnival just banned someone for life because of what they did on social media. So you got to be careful.
Again,
Definitely have
people
to be
posting for
careful.
clout. I'm telling you.
Absolutely. Okay, you guys, I'm going to go uninterrupted into the sign off of our space this morning because my grandbaby is waiting on me. And guess what? That's where I need to be. So I appreciate everybody that joined us this morning, and especially my co-hosts that helped me out this morning with valuable information, and those that came up and shared information. I appreciate you and the listeners. Appreciate you, ASG. Don't work too hard. Again, if you're listening currently or in the future, I appreciate you. Looking forward to some more exciting announcements about the meetup game. Have a great day if you're on the felt. Good luck. If you're not, touch the grass. Avi, safe travels, my friend. Bye, everyone.